Well, you may have seen me out, but I would never put myself in a position to get hurt or be caught. I would never hold hands or do anything improper in public. So everything I did personally was private. I made sure of that. I won't send a naked picture, a naked video, anything, because it may possibly get out, and I didn't want to take that chance back then. Now, who cares? But back
DA Brat sat in front of the camera, her face illuminated by soft lighting, but there was nothing soft about the weight of the words she was about to say. The years of silence, of pretending everything was okay, had built up to this one moment. I never thought I'd be here, talking about this, DA Brat began, her voice trembling. But Judy's affair, the lies, the betrayal, it's time for the truth to come out. She paused for a moment, her eyes filling with emotion. I loved her with everything I had, and she lied to me. She had a whole life I didn't know about. And that's what hurts the most. I was blind to it all. DA Brat wiped a tear from her cheek, taking a deep breath. I never imagined this would be my reality, but here I am, breaking my silence. DA Brat's voice softened as she started to reflect on the painful realization of the affair. When you're in love, you want to believe the best in the person you're with, she shared, her eyes filled with sorrow. I wanted to believe that nothing could break us, that nothing could tear us apart. But over time, the signs were there. The distance, the late nights, the secrets. I started noticing little things, but I convinced myself that everything was fine. I didn't want to face the reality of what was happening.
I'm the Brat, the first female rapper to ever sell 1 million records. I'm out the closet, living out loud with my baby, doing whatever the I want to do because I love you.
DA Brat paused, her expression hardening as she recalled the pivotal moment. But one day, it all came crashing down. I realized I couldn't ignore it anymore. I wasn't just blinded by love, I was blinded by the lies. I never thought that someone I trusted so completely could betray me this way. She sighed deeply, her voice filled with sadness. And that was when I knew everything had changed. It was the moment I realized that I couldn't keep pretending that it was over.
I love you, and of course I love her. And I don't like the tension. Because she seen me hurting over the interview you just did. What happened in that interview you did? I don't want them to get the reaction that you give. Because after you did your interview, bloggers and interviewers, they like, you ain't talk to your sister, but I was like, I talk to my sister every day. Whether I talk to you every day or not, we good. Don't worry about us, we good.
DA Brat's tone grew heavier as she spoke about the depth of Judy's betrayal. The betrayal wasn't just about the affair, it was everything that came with it, DA Brat said, voice sharp with frustration. It wasn't just the affair itself. It was the fact that Judy had been lying to me, hiding the truth, and keeping this massive secret from me. And I had no idea. DA Brat's anger flared as she continued. I spent years building this life with her, thinking we were on the same page, thinking we were building something strong. And then I find out that she's been hiding something as huge as this from me. DA Brat's voice cracked as the pain seeped through. How do you forgive someone for lying to you every day? For betraying your trust like that? She wiped away a tear, taking a deep breath. It wasn't just one lie, it was a series of them. And that's when I knew I couldn't keep living this lie. I couldn't stay in a relationship that was based on deception and betrayal. DA Brat's eyes filled with tears as she recalled the moment she uncovered the truth. When I found out, it felt like everything I knew was a lie, DA Brat shared, voice thick with emotion. It wasn't something I was looking for, it just happened. But when I saw the truth, everything changed. DA Brat's hands trembled as she spoke. I found the messages, the proof. It was all there. I had been lied to for so long, and it hit me harder than anything I'd ever felt. She paused, collecting herself. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I thought Judy was the one person who would never betray me, but I was wrong. The person I thought I knew, the person I trusted with my heart, wasn't who I thought she was. DA Brat's voice became steadier. That was the moment I knew everything was over. The relationship I had been holding on to wasn't real anymore. The trust was broken, and there was no going back. DA Brat's voice grew more intense as she spoke about the lies Judy had told. The hardest part was realizing that she had been lying to me for so long, DA Brat said, voice thick with emotion. She kept everything hidden from me, the late nights, the phone calls, the messages. I thought I was the one she loved, but she had a whole life I didn't know about. DA Brat's expression hardened as she continued. The lies were relentless. And every time I found out something new, it was like another blow to my heart. She shook her head in disbelief. I spent so much time thinking that we were building something real, but she was lying to me every day. And I didn't even see it. DA Brat sighed deeply, the weight of the betrayal still evident in her eyes. It's not just the affair, it's the fact that I was living in a fantasy. I was living with someone who didn't respect me enough to tell me the truth. And that's what hurts the most. DA Brat's voice softened as she spoke about the emotional impact of the betrayal. I felt lost. I felt like a part of me was gone, she shared, her voice trembling with the weight of the pain. The betrayal didn't just affect me, it affected everything about my life. My sense of self, my peace, everything I thought I knew was shattered. DA Brat paused for a moment, her emotions spilling over. I spent so much time questioning myself. How could I not see it? How could I not see the signs? I thought I was strong enough to handle anything, but this, it broke me. DA Brat's voice cracked as she continued. The emotional fallout has been devastating. I've been carrying this pain alone for too long. And now, I'm just trying to pick up the pieces and figure out how to move forward. DA Brat wiped away a tear, her expression softening. But it's hard. It's hard to move on from someone you thought you could trust with everything. When DA Brat spoke about confronting Judy, her voice grew firmer, reflecting the intensity of the emotions she had carried during that difficult moment. When I found out, I confronted her. I needed answers, and I wasn't going to let her lie to me anymore, DA Brat explained, the pain and anger still evident in her words. Confronting Judy was something DA Brat had to do, not just for herself but for the truth. She needed to understand how things had gone so wrong, how someone she trusted so deeply could betray her in such a profound way. I asked her, how could you do this? How could you lie to me for so long? DA Brat's voice became more intense as she recalled the raw emotion that had poured out of her in that moment. The question she asked wasn't just about the affair, it was about the betrayal of trust, the erosion of everything they had built together. She needed an explanation, an acknowledgement, something that could provide even a semblance of closure. And you know what she said? DA Brat continued, her voice tinged with disbelief. She said it was a mistake. That it didn't mean anything. The response, or rather the lack of true accountability, hit DA Brat like a ton of bricks. Judy's attempt to downplay the affair, to treat it as something insignificant, made DA Brat feel even more hurt and disillusioned. How could she say that? How could she try to justify something like this? DA Brat asked, the frustration clear in her words. The betrayal wasn't just a simple mistake, it was a conscious decision that had broken their relationship. DA Brat wasn't just hurt by the affair itself but by Judy's inability to understand the emotional weight of her actions. It wasn't just a mistake, it was a betrayal of everything we had. It was a betrayal of my trust, my love, my heart, DA Brat said, the depth of her hurt reflected in every word. It wasn't just the affair that had shattered her, it was the disregard Judy showed for the pain she had caused. The lack of accountability only made DA Brat's decision clearer. No matter how much love was there, this relationship could not continue. DA Brat sighed, her voice softening as she spoke about the aftermath of the confrontation. The confrontation didn't bring the answers I was looking for. It didn't change anything, she shared, the finality in her words settling in. Despite her hope that confronting Judy would give her the closure or understanding she so desperately needed, it only highlighted the fact that Judy wasn't the person DA Brat thought she was. It just made it clear that the person I loved wasn't the person I thought she was, DA Brat reflected. The betrayal had stripped away the illusion of who Judy was, and in its place, DA Brat saw someone she no longer recognized. It wasn't just about the affair, it was about the emotional distance, the dishonesty, and the way Judy's actions had shattered DA Brat's sense of security and trust. The confrontation, rather than mending the relationship, confirmed that DA Brat had to move on. DA Brat's voice steadied as she spoke about her decision to end the relationship, and though her words were filled with sadness, there was a sense of strength that came through. Walking away wasn't easy, DA Brat shared, the weight of the decision still fresh in her mind. The love and the history they shared made it hard to let go, but DA Brat knew it was the only choice left. But I knew it was the only choice I had left. I couldn't keep living with someone who had lied to me, who had hurt me in ways I couldn't even imagine, DA Brat said, her voice thick with emotion. The betrayal wasn't just about the affair, it was about the erosion of trust, the foundation of their relationship that had been shattered beyond repair. The emotional wounds were deep, and the pain of staying in a relationship that had been built on lies was too much for DA Brat to bear. She paused, looking down for a moment, reflecting on the magnitude of the decision. It wasn't just about the affair, it was about the fact that I had lost trust in her. DA Brat continued, the sadness in her voice still palpable. I had lost trust in everything we built together. And when that trust is gone, you can't fix it. DA Brat looked back at the camera, her voice firm as she spoke about the ultimate decision she had made. I had to choose myself, DA Brat said, her words filled with clarity and strength. The journey had been painful, but she had come to understand that she could no longer sacrifice her happiness for the sake of a relationship that had become toxic. I had to let go, because I couldn't keep holding on to something that wasn't real anymore, DA Brat continued, her voice steady and resolute. Letting go wasn't just about ending a relationship, it was about reclaiming her sense of self, her dignity, and her emotional well-being. The decision to walk away, though difficult, was ultimately the most empowering choice she could make. It was about choosing peace over pain, self-respect over betrayal. The public response to DA Brat's revelation was overwhelming. I've been flooded with messages from fans, celebrities, and friends telling me they are here for me, DA Brat shared, her voice filled with gratitude. I never expected so much support, but it's been incredible. Fans shared their admiration for DA Brat's bravery. DA Brat deserves so much better than what Judy did to her, one fan tweeted. She's so strong, and I'm proud of her for sharing her story. Celebrities also expressed their support for DA Brat. I've always admired DA Brat, and I'm so proud of her for speaking out, one celebrity tweeted. DA Brat smiled softly, touched by the outpouring of support. I'm so grateful for everyone who has been there for me. It's helped me more than I can put into words. Despite the heartache, DA Brat is determined to move forward. I'm not going to let this define me, DA Brat said, her voice filled with strength. I've been through a lot in my life, but I'm choosing to rise above it. I'm focusing on myself, on healing, and on rebuilding my life. She smiled, her eyes filled with hope. I know the best is yet to come. I'm not going to let this hold me back. I'm stronger than I've ever been, and I'm ready for what's next. DA Brat's voice was firm with resolve. This chapter may have been painful, but I know the next one will be full of new possibilities. If DA Brat's emotional journey resonated with you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. How do you feel about DA Brat's strength in moving forward after this betrayal? We'd love to hear from you.